Hi everyone, welcome back. In the last video, I have explained what are the steps required for a decision tree. And decision tree, as we know, that it is the type of the flowchart or diagram which helps in a decision making process. If the word comes decision making process, which algorithm is used, then we can directly say the decision tree. And by the way, it is also used for in. It is also used in both regression and classification. Okay, this is just similar to the SVM. So SVM and decision tree also used in both regression and classification. So first step is my extract data. For extracting data, I have to import the pandas package as pd data is equals to pd dot read csv file. I have already copied the path. I will paste it here. Data.head will give first 5 rows. Let's check what it will be. What are the values? Slash, backslash. Make sure that before running, you have to give double slash or single opposite slash. So these are the same data frame. So I'm having the position and these levels and salary. Object is my position. So in the data analysis, I will check whether it contains null values or not using data dot is null dot sum. If I run this, there are no null values. Data dot info information is object integer. I have to change this object to an integer of float. So before that, let's complete it. Description dot describe. Now in the feature extraction, my initial first step will be to convert this object data type of for position. I will copy this position name. First I will change it by importing label encoder from sklearn in preprocessing. Import label encoder ld is equals to label encoder data of the column name equals to ld dot fit underscore transform. I will copy this column name, so I'm converting it into the integer. Now if I check data dot head, everything is changed. If you see here, before it was object, now it is the integer. For verification, we can data dot information integer is converted into the integer it is converted. Now let's begin with the model building. For the model building, first I have to get feature extraction. For the feature extraction, x is equals to, in the third step only, in the feature extraction I will give data dot ilog include all the rows except the last column. Y is equals to data dot ilog include all the rows only last column. If I execute this and I will print x, position interval got it. If I check print y, I will get this arrays. Okay. Now come into the model building. First, I will split the data model sklen dot pre-processing. Instead of pre-processing model selection, import train test split and x train comma x test y train comma y test, and these four values comes from the method train test split, which takes the parameters x and y, where test size I'm giving as 0.3. If I check the dimension or shape, x train shape is x train dot shape. In the same way, for the y train also, I will copy this. I will just change this y. I will change this y. And for the test size also, let's check. For that, I will change this as test, double click and paste it. Double click, just change this to y. Double click, copy and paste it here. If I run this is what total 10 rows are there. 30% means 3 rows went for the testing, remaining 70% for training, because I have given the test size as 0.3. Now I will to use standard scalar for dimension reduction from scalar dot pre-processing import standard scalar sc is equals to take the reference for this standard scalar. Now I will apply for x train equals to sc dot fit transform x train, and x test also equals to sc dot transform x test. Run this, done. Okay, so now it's time for the model building. Train the model. For training the model, I will import the decision tree from sklearn dot tree import decision tree classifier and regressor. Out of these two, what should I select? I have to select decision tree regressor, because we are talking about a regression. So for the regression, I have to select the decision tree regressor. If I am talking about the classification, then I have to select decision tree classifier. So I will go with the decision tree regressor. Now my model is for decision tree regressor. Now I will fit the model dot fit with x train and y train. If I run this, valid parameters, what will they be? X train and y train. Uh, okay, the parenthesis was missing. Now done. Till now we have trained the model. Now our next step will be evaluation. For evaluation from sklearn dot metrics, we will import R2 score, mean absolute error, squared error, and for mathematical calculation I will import numpy as np. So my test score, I will find the test score. Test sc is equals to model dot score X test Y test. For the training score, train SC equals to model dot score X train, comma Y train. If I print testing score, test score is test SC, and I will print the training score also. Train score is train score. In the same way, I will find R2 score. R2S is equals to. Before that, I will find the predict. Okay, it is one because it is a train. The model is accurately one. It should not be one. And y predict equals to model dot predict x test print y predict. This is the predicted values. Now R2 score equals to R2 score. Sorry, R2 score. I will pass the parameters y test original data into predicted data. In the same way, for mean absolute error also, mean absolute error will pass y test and y predict. For the mean square error will pass y test and y predict. For the root mean square, np dot sqrt I will pass MSC because root mean square is nothing but the square root of the mean square error. Now I print those values. Okay. R2 score is R2S. Print mean absolute error is MEAE. Print square error is MSC. Print RMSC. Root mean square error is RMSC. If I run this, I found these are the values. So it is much more bigger because I used the wrong dataset. If you use the correct dataset, you may get the correct values. That is why it is coming as 1 and the error as the 10 to the power of something around 10 into 8. So it should be the error in the selecting the data frame. If we select the correct dataset, it come around 0.2, 0.1. The R2 score will be something around zero point 0.8 or zero point 0.9. So make sure that you have to select the correct dataset. Now it's time for the visualize the tree map or decision tree graph. Now for that, I will import from the scale. Like first, make sure that it should be the code scalar dot tree import plot tree. Now plot tree for the model which fits model dot fit x comma y. I am plotting the graph for entire dataset where the feature names which it comes which considered in the list where data dot columns. So what is happening here is I am plotting the graph for the model which fits entire data set x and y, and feature names will be the column names which is should be passed as a list. That's why I'm using list. Any clear? Everything clear? So I will plot this plt dot show. For that I will do import matplot lib dot pipe plot as plt. If I run this, I will get the graph. If you see here, the graph has been done. So it is not clear. It is no clear. So if you want to visualize much more bigger, plt dot figure with size in the list give 10 comma 10 size. If you see here, it is plotted better, something better than earlier. You can drag it out. You can make it as x-axis as 15. Now it is clear. If you see here, it is clear. Okay, this is how you can plot the tree graph. And plt dot plot x comma y. So this is the what it is happening. So if I say scatter, so it is coming as from. I think I have to use model predict. Model dot predict x. I have to use dot ilog because here the dimension of x is 2D because I'm considering the position as well as the experience. Whereas the model dot predict x, it will give only one dimension, which is the salary. That's why I'm using ilog. Consider everything. Only the column. Now, if I see, did you see this? Now, if I want to plot that, we will consider everything. We will plot this instead of scatter plot, and the color C is equals to red. Done. This is how you can and for this we will give the title twenty dot title decision tree results. Plt dot x label experience or label plt dot I label salary parenthesis. Now okay, fine. This is how you can plot, and this is how you can visualize the decision tree. This is the main step that considered in the decision making process. From this, I can visualize what are the how should the decision should be taken. Thank you. If you have any doubts, let me know in the comments.